Well, hello, one and all. Welcome back again. This time, it's not the My Team series. We're taking probably a 1 day break, maybe 1 or 2 day break from the My Team, because in the My Team we're in the summer break. So let's have a little break of our own here. You might be thinking, it's raining. Why on earth am I on the softs? I looked at the track conditions. I was on board in the pit when I was in the pit lane. I was looking on board with other drivers, and I saw that it looked bone dry. I didn't see there was no spray. I couldn't see a wet line. I couldn't see a dry line. There was just dry track the whole time. So I thought, you know what? Let's just go on the soft. Let's just start getting the feeling for this because it's only going to keep getting drier. It's only going to continue to get drier and drier throughout the course of this session. And the softs they feel good already. Although I don't feel confident enough yet to use boost up air rouge, but obviously turn it off, then turn it on momentarily, and it felt fine. I can feel completely fine. As we make our way now down towards the Lake chicane here, and it's crucial that we don't have any interruptions. It's crucial we don't invalidate any laps the later we go on. See the rear just wanting to snap out there. The rear end, it's just skating around. Because obviously it's I think it's slick conditions. I feel fine. It's a little bit sketchy on the rear, but it feels completely fine. You have to be aggressive. I mean, you can't afford to be too aggressive because if you shut the car, the rear will go. The rear will completely snap out because of the damp conditions here in Spa-Francorchamps. But it's not a race day in Belgium without a bit of rain, is it? Here. Because we always get rain normally in Spa. Anyway, towards the Vanya chicane, we will run purple sector 1, it says, and through the Vanya chicane. A little bit sketchy again, but hooked up, gripped up, all perfecto here. As we make our way then through Stavelo, down towards the Curvapool Frere. Foot to the floor, around the Curvapool Frere, and all the way down towards the bus stop chicane. Before that, we have Blanchimont Corner, where it will be easily flat without a shadow of doubt. And Inters it's actually flat as well, which just shows how easy this corner is. Flou Blanchimont and it's straight mode enabled, battery depleted all the way to the bus stop chicane. Purple 1, purple 2. Seems to be looking pretty good here as we rotate through the bus stop chicane. A little bit deep through the first part, do the second part very nicely, and then apply the power on the run to the line as we cross the line. Now it's a 1:52.9. And not too shabby. Provisional pole position. On what a lot of people were thinking, the not optimal tyre, but you see it does drive. We improved by 1.1 seconds at 51.702 now. And, well, we are preparing for our final run, but Hazard has disconnected from the session, so I thought. But as we make our way, just keep an eye on the bottom of your screen, we make our way through the Lake chicane. We've disconnected at the worst possible time here in qualifying. In a wet to dry qualifying, we've disconnected as the final runs are beginning. You can just see there, yeah, we're not going to be able to get time on the board. Our 51.7 is going to stand. You see Blackburn's got like a 56.5, I think that is. 56.3, sorry. So, yeah, Alex there, 44.7. Look, that's how much it would have improved. And we had the pace for pole. I think we had the pace for pole. We were doing quite well to be able to fight at the car. Anyway, we're P14 on the grid. I was torn between the hard to medium or the medium to hard strategy. I, in the end, went for medium hard because I wanted to save my hard tyre for later in case I was a safety car. Nonetheless, though, I don't know why there was a formation lap enabled. We can continue on the formation lap, but now we can line up on the grid. I didn't want to waste your time with the formation lap. We slowly creep up to our grid box here, ensure we don't go over because there are some. If you get de-skewed in the formation lap, you do something to get disqualified in the race. Nonetheless, though, the cars at the back of the field will all line up. We will go from P14, trying to fight for what will be the goal is a top 5. We know we have the pace. Can we just complete it, though? 5 red lights on in Spa-Francorchamps. And we will go racing. The car behind the Racing Bulls does get a drive-through for jumping to start. Towards turn 1 we will go instantly. Choose the outside line. Around the outside we will go. The Alpine ahead of us looks to go around the outside. The Alpine, the Alpine on the inside hits his teammate, then squeezes us off the road. So he's already hit 2 people, and he's only done 1 corner. The run down towards Air Rouge and Ragnon. We're just squeezing the Haas to make sure he can't try and make that move. Through Air Rouge and Ragnon we go. That opportunity chopped off, but then the Alpine, we're going to try and make this move on him on the run down towards the Lake Cup chicane. Not even a contest in the straight fight. The man who hit 2 people already, as we've already dispatched him from 14th, already up into 11th. Through the Lake Cup chicane we go. The Aston Martin and the Alpine ahead of fight. And we're just trying to set up something here. We're going to maybe look for the outside or the inside on the McLaren. The McLaren to the inside line. We go to the outside line, trying to sail all the way around the outside line, but I back out down. He wasn't going to squeeze me in the room. I tried to then go for the outside line. The Alpine slightly comes across us and just decides to squeeze us off on the road. Over the curb we go, losing the car. The other Alpine now trying to make the move, but luckily it's front wing damage. But I thought it's going to be a lot worse there in P1. I tried to turn him with a lot more steering rotation because I wanted the car to turn, but the car actually felt okay. And this Alpine, which seems to be a little lunatic, we make a move in a couple of moments' time using the battery. You see the difference in battery strategies here and battery management. We breeze on by the Alpine. That's up into 10th position. Top 10 already here in Belgium. And then we make our way on the rundown towards Air Rouge and Radion, where we're going to look to make the move on the McLaren. If not the McLaren, the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin seems to have less battery here as we make our way flat down the Kemmel Straight here past the Aston Martin. I tried to think of just going on the grass to make the move on the McLaren, but we've run out of battery and we won't be able to do a very early lift and coast to get that extra to recharge deployment here as we go through the Les Comps chicane. Exit of the corner down towards Brazil corner. We're going to apply the battery, only medium, dive on the inside line, leaving plenty of room. He squeezes us a bit, but then runs it a little bit deep. So we apply the power. The inside line will turn to the outside for no name. And it's quite the easy move done. Up into 8th position in the race, and we've made steady progress already, only on lap number 2. Then on the rundown towards Blanchimont corner, you see the different battery strategies again. Leon in the Mercedes out of battery. We fly on by to get past him, and then Hazard, we're going to try and make this move on him. Hazard goes side the inside line, taps the grass, and we sail all the way around the outside of the Ferrari driver, but he comes back up the inside of us here in towards the bus stop chicane. The McLaren as well tries to send it, and it's just kind of frustrating because I was so much quicker, and Hazard just decides to not save his battery. On the rundown now towards La Source, we see we have the battery to breeze on by, but I'm lifting coasting because I'm actually trying to manage my battery here. Through the opening corner we go. Hazard dives it back on the inside line, but then on the rundown towards Air Rouge and Radion, the McLaren behind using his battery, but it's actually been smart not deploying at all. Hazard flashing before Air Rouge and Radion. Then we go at the top of the hill on the rundown towards the Les Comps chicane. Down the Kemmel Straight we will run. You see he's out of battery the whole straight here. We go to the inside line, and this will be quite the easy move done. Under braking, Hazard tries to fight us around the outside line, but we're going to have to leave him space. He's done quite well on the brakes there to keep it fighting, but then in towards the end of the Les Comps chicane, we get the move done. And then towards Brazil corner, he dives it back up the inside again, just wasting his battery. We go side by side through Bruxelles and towards No Name again. We're just saving our battery all the while here. And then on the rundown towards Pouon corner, I'd squeeze him to the inside line because he just keeps wasting it. And we go for the old switcheroo through Pouon corner. See you later. Make the move done into 6th position. That was quite frustrating, really. And then since that, we have put in a stint. We have put in the work to catch up to the rear, and now we are challenging for a top 5 position. This has got me thinking, maybe we can now challenge for a podium in towards the Les Comps chicane. We will run lift off slightly earlier than Raul Henson. Side by side, we will run inside to the outside to the inside again. And that's quite a nice move done. Respectful, clean, fair racing. Into the top 5 we will go, and then we have to get a move on here. We have to get an undercut going here if we want any chance of getting with them. Into the pit lane comes the Red Bull. Into the pit lane we rise as well. And it will be for a set of the hard compound tyres. 13 lap stint, I believe. Oh, sorry, 14 lap stint on the hard compound tyre. Easily doable here. My mediums weren't even above 60% once we pitted. So I was really debating. If I went for softs later on, like obviously not on this stop because it's stupid to go for softs now. I was really debating if I had fun and went medium soft because I haven't done a lot of races. I want to test stuff. Anyway, luckily when you pit, you recharge your whole battery. So up the hill, down the Kemmel Straight we go. We've got battery to burn the whole way here. So the McLaren's going to be a bit vulnerable here. He defends the inside line, but not well enough. We go blitzing on through, and that gap, which was like 9/10 of a second on the exit of the pits, we are easily past him, and we gained like a second on that straight. It's unbelievable how much we gained. But now you see up ahead the Ferrari with Hazard, who we put on skates earlier. We pulled the pit stop to him. He now peels into the pit lane, and well, safe to say we was the quicker driver. And then towards turn 1, we will go once again, and you see our Henson easily undercut him. There's Blackbone on the exit of the pit lane here, but you see he now has the battery advantage from when you pit. He's now got a full battery. We've got 22%, so we've just got to use it for what we can. But then you see Blackbone's actually picked up a time penalty now. But you can also see again the different battery strategies. You can see how much we are gaining on the rundown towards the bus stop chicane, gaining all the time here through Blanchimont. A little splash of the boost again just to keep it depleting so we can keep the overspeed here. We go for the outside line, lift off early, but then make the move, outbrake him. The outside again will turn to the inside line and into the top 4 positions, leaving room on the exit of the corner and make the move into 4th position in the race as we go in towards now the Lecombe chicane. Blackbone draining his battery. We have no battery. We're going to defend the inside line, lift off, and then ensure we have held this position. Then our second warning of the race. We got one earlier at Pouon. Because I kept expecting us to understeer. No, we did understeer wide, sorry. I'm just blabbering on. Then we go into the bus stop chicane. I tried to push to keep up with him, and we get a penalty. So, not the most ideal of circumstances here in Spa. Nonetheless, we can continue on. We're gonna continue to race, and there's always the chance that maybe the Red Bull or Wisbon gets a 3-second time penalty as we make our way on the rundown towards the Lecombe chicane. I don't want to fight this one. I haven't got the battery. I want to focus and recharge for a bit as we go through the Lecombe chicane. Now it's Blackbone's turn to try and attack the Red Bull ahead of us as we go then in towards the bus stop chicane. Blackbone, who had his... he had like 2 sectors, really, of trying to catch up. He kind of fluffed it and we get back through. It was quite the easy move. Wisbon now into the pits as well. And our sole hope here is to hope that either the small bone spins, the small one spins, or Wisbon gets a time penalty, or both, you know. Either or. There's always the chance here that Wisbon maybe catches up. There's always the chance here that maybe he gets a penalty. There's always a chance that we spin or we get another penalty. There's always potential eventualities here. Nonetheless, though, we're gaining on the Red Bull. We won't be close enough in towards the Lecombe chicane on this occasion, though. But up through the hill, up through Air Rouge, again we go. We're just taking different lines to try and set up a slingshot here. And on the rundown towards the Lecombe chicane, down the Kemmel Straight we run. Side by side was the Red Bull. The Red Bull, I don't think, using his battery. And we finally, from 14th, on the road at least, we are now in 2nd position in the Grand Prix. So, not too shabby of a Grand Prix so far in these first, 15, 16 laps here? We go in towards turn number 1. On the inside, the Red Bull will try once again. Side by side we run and apply the power on the exit of the corner. And we get that move done. But then the Red Bull opting to use more battery on the run down towards Air Rouge and Radion will breeze on by. But then we decide to start using our battery. Climb the hill. Try to squeeze the node on the inside at Radion. On the rundown towards the Lecombe chicane. We'll be gaining all the while in the slipstream. Gaining all the while. The Red Bull out of battery here. The Red Bull not defending the inside line, but we go for the outside line because I thought he was going to do a late jink. We then try to go around the outside line. The grip runs out on the outside. We go off the road. Rejoin safely. Wisbon goes on the inside. We then switch back the Audi. With quite a lovely manoeuvre to hold on to 3rd on the road here. But then we go towards Air Rouge and Radion once again. Wisbon was using the battery. I had to force to use mine. Down through Air Rouge to the top of Radion. We go side by side. Past the Red Bull. But the Red Bull uses his battery a bit more earlier. The Red Bull then pulls back ahead as well. And the run down towards the Lecombe chicane we go. We're going to go for the inside line past the Red Bull. The Audi going on the outside line. It's like Hakkinen and Schumacher all over again. Side by side we will run. The outside line will go to the Audi. The inside line then for the Audi. Then the outside again for him. Then the inside for us. With the car behind us spun on the rundown now towards Bruchel corner. Wisbon makes a lovely move. Lovely dueling here in Spa. And now we're down to 3rd. But the different battery strategies will come into play again. And we will go back through into 2nd position. Running in a little bit deep though through the bus stop chicane as we apply the power on the exit of the corner. And then towards Bruchel corner we go. Wisbon will look for a dive on the inside line. Side by side we run. We leave him the room again. And then we make our way towards No Name. Minor contact. If we make our way through No Name corner, the outside line will favour the Audi. Again, minor wheel banging here. Tire the side pod. Hard racing here in Spa. And it's just such fun to be racing like this. It's sensational Grand Prix action. And then again, the different battery strategy. We ease on by. Not even a contest. We just ease on by the Audi. The Red Bull as well looking to make this move as well. We go side by side behind before towards the bus stop chicane. We are able to hold into position. Doing the lifting and coasting. So keeping our own strategy. Keeping what we've been doing the whole time. And the Alex in front is absolutely checked out here because of all this battling. He's not like he already checks out, of course, but then he's absolutely found another gear as we go in towards the lake up chicane side by side again with Wisburn. We have the outside line, the inside then for the second part of the lake up chicane. The outside then again for us. We're going to try and maybe cut back then towards Bruxelles corner. We're going to maybe think of trying to sail around the outside, but again we haven't got the grip, and this actually now opens the door for the Red Bull here side by side. But then we have the outside line, we have the momentum, we're able to hold on to the position here, but then towards No Name and then towards Puon, we make the mistake, run a bit wide, and we lose that position down into 4th position here. But then again, it's far different battery strategies. We make our way towards the bus stop chicane we go. We're going to think of diving on the inside line from a different code. Side by side we run. We're going to then try a switch back here, then the rear snaps out and apply the power on the run down towards turn number 1. It's free to go here in Spa. Wisburn and the Red Bull now run side by side into turn number 1. The Red Bull locks up. Wisburn tries to fight around the outside line. But then we're going to use a bit of our battery on the run down towards Air Rouge and Radion. I'm maybe thinking of trying to make this move on Wisburn in towards Air Rouge and Radion. Side by side, we run up the hill through Radion to on the run down towards the Lake chicane. And it's going to be a rinse and repeat what we had a couple laps ago, where we might go 3 wide. We breeze past the Red Bull, not even a contest, but in the question of getting past Wisburn, not close enough. We go under braking through the Lake chicane. We have to stay tucked up behind the Audi once again. But Wisburn hasn't found the same pace Alex has on his mediums. Wisburn highly struggling, really, on this medium compound tyre. And again, the different battery strategies will come into play. Breezing on by, breezing on through into second again. And now we have got 2 to go here. But then once again, the battery, the overtake mode, with the more power, will favour the Audi, will favour the Red Bull. Side by side into the Lake chicane. We go wheel to wheel. The Red Bull is the outside line. Off the road goes the Audi. We're then on the inside of Wisburn on the rundown towards Bruxelles corner. We leave in the room. I was almost losing them off. Then the Audi goes to the outside line. I'm just trying to place my car perfectly to try and make this move here. It's helping us save battery, really, because we have to just stay tucked up behind, going at less speed here. Then on the run down towards Puon corner, we're not going to use boost here because Wisburn goes to the inside and looks for the move on the Red Bull. The Red Bull tries to fight this around the outside. Minor contact between the pair of them here. And on the penultimate lap, it is elbows out here in Spa. As we go towards the Value chicane, we think of diving on the inside line. Can't get alongside enough as we now continue to recharge our battery here. Trixie has played Skibbity Toilet Burger, my dudes, on my sound alerts. Anyway, on the rundown towards the bus stop chicane, past the Audi, past the Red Bull we will go. And this is our battery strategy. Optimise the final sector here. On the rundown towards the bus stop chicane we go. Wisburn will try to fight this on the inside line. I was thinking of trying to go brave on the brakes and fight around the outside line, but we're going to continue just to try and set up this car. We have to keep an eye out behind because of our Henson. We can't lose too much time as we head on to the final lap here in Spa. I think of diving on the inside line. We get aliside the axle, the rear axle of the Audi, but can't get the traction on the exit of the corner here. Down now on the rundown towards the Air Rouge and Radion we go. We're going to breeze on by Wisburn in the Audi. And next up will be the Red Bull. Down climbing the hill towards the top of the hill. Towards the Lake chicane. Down the Kemmel Straight we go. The Red Bull seems to have a little bit more battery than us. A little bit of a lag spike from the Red Bull. On the rundown now towards the Lake chicane. We will run side by side. But then the Red Bull will be able to fight this. And under braking will be able to hold the position here. On the rundown now towards Puon, Wisburn uses his battery. He optimises the second sector in a sense with his battery, and he gets back through into 3rd position here. But then towards the Vanya chicane we will go on the final lap here in Spa. It is elbows out. It's just phenomenal Grand Prix racing. Such thrilling action to be in the heart of here. Through Stavolo, we now rise before the curb pull thread. A little bit of a moment. We have a full battery here. This boost mode, this overtake mode will not go off at all. Now on the rundown towards Blanchimont, where we're going to be draining our battery all the while. The rate of burn will slow down as the speeds will increase. Wisburn will look for the outside line. They will run wheel to wheel here. Wisburn leaves the road. Wisburn gets a time penalty here. We then go side by side towards the bus stop chicane. The Red Bull goes in deep, locks the rear tyres. We then try to set up a switch on Wisburn, leave the Red Bull room on the inside line, apply the power. The Red Bull spun the car, and we make our way over the line. It is a podium position. It is a podium from 14th on the grid. A podium in Spa. Well, what racing action that was. And we've gone from 14th to 3rd. The Red Bull of the small ones spun the car on the exit of the final corner. I checked the replay after. He didn't touch him. Oh, no, I didn't touch him, sorry. It was a light wheel brush, but then he spun all on his own. As we applied Red Bull, just completely spun the car and threw away what was a certain podium here. Anyway, if you did enjoy today, it's our first league race in a while. Consider liking and subscribing. We will see you all for the next one. But from me, for now, my team will be back tomorrow. From me, though, ciao, adios. I'll see you for the next one.